Big man ting, smash the like button and subscribe. So obviously your boy the YB is bringing some exclusive proprietarily information. Now, what you see on your screen now is a post from Deontay Wilder over 24 hours ago, basically before the fight. He says after the amazing KO it's going down, and obviously he's promoting his after fight party. Now, I'm hearing from our sources within Las Vegas, this party did not take place. Also, what do we know? Deontay Wilder did not turn up for the post-fight press conference. These are all not good signs in terms of Deontay Wilder's well-being. Now, I hope he's okay, of course. It's all fun and games and all banter, but I do genuinely hope he's okay. I've checked his social media. There ain't nothing there. I've checked the Deontay Wilder's fangirls. They're not really saying nothing. So I'm hoping that he is okay and whatnot, because the signs ain't looking good. Because even if you lose, people still have an after party. I remember when McGregor got choked out, he still turned up. And it's pretty standard stuff. Win or lose, you go to your after party. I'm hearing it didn't happen. And if you type into Google as well, Deontay Wilder after party, you won't see nothing. However, there'll be a whole load of articles of Tyson Fury's after party, pictures and etc, etc. So there should be the same, which is not. And like I said, my inside source, my deep inside Las Vegas sources said it didn't take place. Not to mention, like I said, the post-fight interview, he was missing. So he's gone straight to the hospital. And it wasn't because of lacerations. What happened, we saw the blood dribbling out of the wherever, and in my opinion it didn't look good, and it's really shocking, to be honest. Some of these corners, to hear Jay Diaz criticise Mark Breland for pulling the fight. This is how fighters get hurt, and this is why I was so passionate. People had to go at me for being passionate about when I was talking about AJ and McCracken. McCracken should have pulled AJ out of that fight long before it ended. He was done. AJ was finished. He was never going to win that fight. He didn't. The minute your fighter is not looking like himself, and he's taking shots, you need to take him out of there. There's no hanging on for belts, especially when you're in these kind of situations where you've got rematch clauses. It's not like it's a mandatory or whatever, and you can't ever get your belts back again. And even if it is the case, it's better to go home than not. And these things are very borderline. Look at, it's crazy. I had a conversation with my friend, but I watched the Adonis Stevenson one. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think the pacing he took was that bad. And that was at 175. Never mind these big heavyweight lads. It's much better I know you're the champion and whatever, but you've got a rematch clause, and at the end of the day, we've just watched Wilder get whooped. He didn't land one, in my opinion, I didn't see him land one shot that troubled Fury in 7 rounds. Now, knowing how allegedly big the Wilder's team rant and rave about how much of a big puncher he is, if your massive punching fighter, has gone 7 rounds and hasn't landed one decent punch. Now, I know, to be fair, that he is known to do that, but still, it wasn't as if it was nothing going on. He was getting SLAUGHT'd out there. Yeah? That's what was happening. Absolutely merkled out there. And in the corner, it was crazy. In the corner, the only thing that Jay Diaz said was, get the right hand, step back and right hand. He didn't say, how are you doing? He didn't say, Wilder, how's your hearing doing? How's your balance? Even though it was blatant, there was BLOOD all outside his ear. It was horrible to look at. And I feel sorry for these. I do feel sorry for some of these fighters, you know. I know we have banter and whatnot, and the pictures are banter, but on a serious note, people need to start being more... And to be fair, I do understand high-level sport as well, but, like, for me, when I see BLOOD coming out of someone's brain, because that's what it is, yeah? Your ears lead straight into the brain. So that stuff's coming out of there. That's not meant to be happening. Now you can say, oh well, it's a burst eardrum. Even so, that's not meant to be happening either. And you're hoping it's a burst eardrum. God knows what else it could be. See what I'm trying to say? Who knows what it could be? I'm not being dramatic, but like, you don't know until you've had it assessed as such. So in my opinion, these trainers, rather than trying to be Mr. Warrior, oh great warrior, I support Mark Breland for getting him out of there. He was never gonna, I don't know what you thought, he was never gonna, it's not as if his right hand was awful all night. He was winging it. He was never in it at all. Now I get it for the first few rounds, and the scary thing is, even someone from the LDBC, even a lot of Wilder's fangirls said that after the third round it was done once his ear was popped. Now, why is it us fans can see that, but these so-called trainers who have all this experience, they're meant to know their fighter, they're meant to care and love their fighter, can't see that? I think it's just shocking and worrying. These guys have got to start, I don't know what it is, the referee, I don't know, maybe I'm being dramatic, maybe it wasn't that much, maybe I need to sit back and watch the fight again and actually watch it again, but from what I remember, it was just, he was lucky, Wilder was lucky that night that Fury wasn't someone else, like a Mike Tyson. Although he probably would have, to be fair, Mike Tyson probably would have just finished him cleanly. Or an AJ in there, he probably would have just been finished cleanly. But is that really good either? And that's why this particular fight, Fury versus Wilder, reminded me of Adonis Stevenson versus Vosdick, because Vosdick didn't have that snappy power. So what happened is, when people don't have snappy power, like the snap, you end up taking a lot, because Fury didn't put that one pure cleaner on there. What happens is, Fury ended up just taking volume, like look at Wilder's opponents. A lot of Wilder's opponents, for example Brazil, Ortiz to an extent, they don't really have many long-term consequences, because it's one and you're down. Where the damage comes in is when you're taking, like Adonis Stevenson, shot volume. That's where the rattling comes in. Not good. And Fury was giving him volume, working him. And he already had his brain was, God knows what, his brain was already leaking. That's not a good sign. And you're talking about, oh, I want it to carry on. Now, of course, Wilder wants it to carry on, but you're meant to be the adults in the situation. So I just hope that he is ultimately okay. Yeah, like I said, we have banter and whatnot, but this is banter. That's what banter's banter. This ain't no. I'm not trying to wish none of this madness on no one, but yeah, there weren't no after party. I haven't heard nothing since. If you've heard something from anyone, let me know in the comments below. I haven't heard nothing from Wilder. There's been no post on social media. My deep source is the party was cancelled and there weren't no post-fight interview. So maybe he's just at home consoling himself. But there's no TMZ catching him coming out of the hospital. There's no nothing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's just a bit, I don't know. But then again, maybe, like, I don't know, yeah, maybe he just slipped out and no one saw nothing. But in this day and age of social media, after a massive fight like this, which I have to admit, it was pretty big in the end, but still, after a big fight like this, for Wilder to slip out and not no one see nothing, it don't look too well. But hopefully, it's just me being paranoid. Let me know your thoughts. And obviously, any man who want to join Team YB, support the Patreon, check me out, patreon.com/theyb. You can request content, interact with the YB, receive daily exclusive content. Big love.